Welcome everyone. Today we will be talking about warehousing and at sustainability warehousing is what will be the importance or stress upon. So we will be talking about the green warehousing, how good, how beneficial, how environmental friendly we can do the inventories, the supply chains, the warehousing, the storage of our raw materials, our finished product, our work in progress product, and so on and so forth. So, exactly why did I use the term called green warehousing? Yes. So, green logistic, what does it mean? Recent years have witnessed an increased concern for environment by the public and the governments at a global level. As a result, national and international regulations have been passed to mitigate the ecological impacts of economic activities, including the logistic. Thus, companies have come under immense pressure to minimize their carbon footprint. And in fact, we are also talking about having a carbon tax. According to the Kyoto Protocol, carbon footprints is something which needs to be reduced drastically. Otherwise, sustainability of our planet is at risk. Hence, this green logistic. So it encompasses all the measures taken to assess, probably reduce the environmental footprints of logistic activities. These measures fall into various categories as the case might be. So distribution strategies, if we look into it, use of alternative fuels, let's say biodiesels, liquefied natural gases, or probably the best one is electricity. And the other best thing would be electricity through renewable sources. So this is what we will be looking at an alternative fuel as a source. We can also talk about shipment consolidations and full vehicle loading. If there are anything something similar to it, we should be considering it. Yes, if there is something which can be minimized, which can be efficiently done, which can be energy efficient at the same time, labor efficient at the same time, ecological, environmental friendly, it's a win-win situation. Next would be the telematic system to minimize travel and distance, and probably this is where a lot of internet or voice over internet protocol, VoIP as we know known as, a lot of virtual meetings can solve a host of problems. You don't need to travel all the more distance to get it touch and have that in-person effect. Probably such kind of things can be considered a good thing for past. Why? Because we can do the meeting as effectively on virtual basis also. There comes the intermodal transport is the best fit transport for the requisite product, requisite shipment, requisite things. So for a last mile delivery, you will not be looking at a aircraft delivery, right? Or probably a hovercraft delivery. Probably you should be looking at a truck or a jeep or probably a mini truck per se, depending upon the quantities that we are looking into it. On the other hand, if the quantities are huge and distances are wide, should we go for aircraft? Again, it's a no, strict no. Why? Because that's a huge carbon footprint. But definitely we can employ ships. We can take the sea routes to travel, and it's one of the cost effective methods of supply chain management. So yes, warehousing and green building, we looking for eco-friendly building design. Example, eco-efficient lighting systems, thermal insulations, as the case might be. Energy efficient materials, handling equipment. Now there are many materials, many equipment, electrical, which can be categorized as 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, depending upon the usage of the electricity, depending upon the consumption per or per weight per unit cost. So these needs to be taken into consideration. The water system per se is to minimize the water waste. Use of grey water system as on when on basis. The alternative sources of energies. For example, the solar panel, the winds, and how it goes around it. Did I say about electricity being generated from renewable energies? Yes, we are looking at solar panels, we are looking at winds, we are even looking at hydropower station as such. So yes, there are alternative things, different ways of thinking allowed of the problem that we are facing. Probably right now the only question that we are need to ask ourselves is how do we reduce the carbon footprint. The other policies are reverse logistics. This is what we are looking at: water reduction or waste reduction, disposable thereby about it. In fact, if can we recycle, can we reuse, can we retrofit the equipment and use and enhance the lifespan by a considerable amount of time? We're talking about packaging materials. Example, recycle or reuse, internal management, example, environmental performance, measurements and monitoring. Collaboration with customers and other bodies as on when on basis is what we are looking forward to. Manufacturing is part fabrication, module assemblies. For example, we are looking into part fabrication, part sub-assemblies and part assemblies as the case might be. So we are reusing, recycling and repackaging the same things again and again. Remember, from part fabrications to modular assembly to part assembly, this can be remanufactured, or probably from distributions to the users, and probably we are looking at reusage, repair and so on and so forth. The idea is to enhance the lifespan of the equipment. Green logistic in practice, how does it go around it? You have must have heard of the company called DHL, right? We must have heard of the company called DP Schenker Logistics or Geodis or UPS. These are multinational logistic companies who operate across the globe, across the continent, across the countries, if I may say so. Now, what do they do around, and what are they good at it? Is the distribution strategies of the and the transportation of DHL and DB Schenker, Logistics, Geodis, UPS, they have this hybrid system or electrical or alternative fuel system that comes around it. They love to plan, they love to efficiently go with the vehicles, eco driving, eco friendly, multimodal transports, and things like that. So, warehouse and green buildings, probably yes, but instead of storing in a regular building, which might consume a lot of electricity for the lighting purpose, a lot of protection that needs to be covered around it, we can go for energy efficient building, which is utilizing the natural light and complementing it with the artificial light as such. So there can be solar powered, there can be efficient where energy efficient building where the water usage in the building can be completely reused and recycled as often as possible. Energy saving building as the case might be. We have so many of uh, versions that comes around it. Let us talk about reverse logistic. Now reverse logistic is wherein the discarded office equipment, computers can be reused or probably segregated, segmented, and probably filtered around and appropriately remanufactured. So that is what the reverse logistic is all about. It packaging management. We are looking at the right sizing of the packaging material. Not everything is required from everybody. Not every items are consumed equally and vociferously in a particular region, or should I say, in every region. So internal management, we are looking at carbon report, we are looking at online carbon dashboard, the eco transit calculators, and so on and so forth. Similarly, with customers, can we be soliciting cooperation from them? Collaboration is the must thing. So go green program with the customers, procurement based eco efficiency, and assisting customer thereby. So yes, green logistic is very useful. It allows us for the renewable energy for the reduction of approximately 450,000 tons of GHG. What is GHG? It is greenhouse gases. That is what is CFC is chlorofluorocarbons. That is what is greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are nothing but gases that trap heat and makes a planet much more hotter, much more humid than, and which eventually is detrimental to the human life altogether. So GHG gas emission and allow 2.4% reduction in total energy consumption. Similarly, for DB Scanker Logistic, the introduction of 835-meter long trains cut carbon emission by rail freight transportation by approximately 350 tons of carbon dioxide per annum on a basis. If you are utilizing not the trucks but the railways. Geodix similarly again are enhancing their carbon, should I say, reducing their carbon footprint by enhancing the services or utilization of the train. Similarly, for UPS, we are looking at flight bags, replacement of 32 kg fire plugs with iPads, reducing fuel consumption by 473,000 liters. This itself reduces carbon dioxide emission by 1,200 tons and cuts the paper usage by 5.7 million. So basically, if we can pack the iPads not individually but collectively, and so that it remains safe at the same time, not only we are saving on the tonnage, on the fuel, on the carbon emissions, also on the paper usage by thereby. So green Walmart. Walmart has started this initiative way back in 2006 in accordance with Al Gore's move. Al Gore was a person who was a vice presidential candidate for US in the era of 2000, 2005, 2010. He was extremely popular. He was quite vociferous about greenhouse gases and was a person of influence. So Al Gore's method says of energy savings uses less than 30% less energy in new stores, make existing one 20% more energy efficient, buy shrimp from non-polluting farms as on when on basis, buy fish from fisheries certified sustainable as the case might be. So, green Walmart is all about less packaging, all about cutting and total packaging by 5%. Fuel efficient fleet increases efficiency by 25%, a whooping 25%, making sustainability much more affordable, making compact fluorescent light bulbs much more affordable, preserving the forest, supporting the organic products as on when on basis, and spreading the requisite word across the globe. Now, there are paradoxes, there are myths, there are things which we do not understand completely about green logistics. Now, let us understand the objective. Are we looking at cost effectiveness? Say yes, say no. Or are we looking at responsiveness? Responsiveness might be delighting the customers. Responsiveness might be being prompt towards the customer. So, which is the more weightages? A company, a corporate, a multinational organization will always says customer remains the focus. Customer needs to be delighted. So responsiveness needs to be given more importance. But what happened if it is upscaling or disturbing your budget scale altogether, the cost efficiency, then probably you need to understand. So whether you want to delight the customer or would love to maintain the cost at the bare minimum level, at the same time educate the customers probably, or resurrect the processes thereby in which enables you to maintain a just balance about there. So, what to go around it? Is it cost efficiency or is it responsiveness? Your take. I have given you the both the perspective. Green logistic. Now, what are those myths? What are those confusing position? Is it the cost efficiency? Efficiencies would be always be just in time, or DTD, direct to the demanded person, or the hub and scope methods. Hub and scope methods are logistic and carrier forwarding agent where everybody pools in their subjects, their projects, their resources, their finished product, their work in finished progress product at one place, and from there onward they reassemble and distribute it into different end where the end customers or the different demands would be doing around it. So everybody is pulling in, let's say everybody is pulling in like this, every angle it has been coming right this, and this is what an hub and spoke method is all about it, right? Now what happens when things are going out here, it is approximately this place, this thing comes around here, but from here it might go this way, it might go this way, where the end customers or the demand for the job would be there, it might go this way, it might go this way. So and this carries on, that is what we are looking into it, the market responsiveness. Are we looking at the air transport? Because that would mean safe, secure and faster delivery, or it is reliability, a mix of air, a mix of road, whichever balances, not only balances the cost but also maintains the quality of the delivery part, and most importantly would be your green. Do you want to be in business? If so, yes. If the answer is yes, do you, the next question is, for how long do you want to be in business? If you're not following the right green technologies, the cleaner technologies, the world, the planet will cease to exist in near future, and that means your business goes bust. But in case if you are adopting cleaner technology, the planet might be living healthy, and probably we'll have a prolonged existence on this planet. That means our companies are also going to flourish. So you let me know what is to be done. So in short, the conclusion, the green initiative mentioned above, through the use of environment calculators allows companies to quantify ecological impact of their interventions on the environment sustainability. Given the amount of environmental initiatives deployed by firms, green logistics seems to be more than just a fashion. However, customers may not be willing to spend more for the sustainable logistics services. This constitutes a barrier to long term environmental initiatives. Green logistics also imposes a financial burdens on the firms, particularly for small enterprises. We are looking at governmental support in the form of subsidies or tax breaks has to be proven to be helpful. In this regard, carry out the green logistic initiatives become much harder with heterogeneous environmental regulations within the countries and between the countries, as been stated out here. With this, I would love to sign off this presentation. I'm sure my endeavors of sensitizing you about what are the green technologies, cleaner technologies, and how it is going to impact the humanity as a whole is what was the initiative, what was the actual intention of this presentation. Thank you once again for watching this video so nicely till the end.